This video is part of my min-maxing Diablo series where I try to help you get as strong as possible by just maximizing in-game bonuses. And in this video I'll be going over Reforge bonuses and showing you exactly what you need to be doing. There are a lot of bonuses, so it can kind of be daunting to look at and to try to tackle on your own, but I'll show you exactly what you need to do and what you need to be thinking about when you're selecting which bonuses to use. So the bonuses that I'll tell you to use are for maximum PvE damage. Using these bonuses, you'll still be strong in PvP. And if you're wondering specifically about PvP reforges, then check the end of the video at this timestamp. So each section of this video will be timestamped in the description so you can easily jump to the relevant information you need. So I'll be condensing all of the testing that I've done with Reforge bonuses into this video. So if you need more of an explanation of something specific, just leave a comment. I'll respond as soon as I see it. I also made an equation and a Python program to help calculate all these scores for the attributes that I'm giving. I touch on this formula a little bit more in detail in my magic attribute guide, which you can find right here. Put a card on the screen and I'll also link it in the description. But basically, I just look at which general groups of enemies the bonus is useful against, as in normal, elite, bosses, players, what specific types like demons, undead, and then in what areas of the game it takes effect, like open world, dungeons, or BGs. And then using these factors, I can spit out a score for each bonus. So using my formula, here are the best attributes to use overall. From Wildfire, there are 3. Crit hit damage increase, which has a score of 3, primary attack damage increase with a score of 2, and then all skill damage increase with a score of 2. From Tremor, none of the bonuses are worth using. And then from the Jolt Stones, beneficial effect duration is going to be the best one with a score of 3. And you want to have beneficial effect duration on every single piece of gear you have. And that's for both PvE and PvP. So you should try and get this on all Reforges if possible. And then from Vengeance, damage to enemies suffering loss of control with a score of 2.5, and then attack speed with a score of 2. From the Barrier Stone, none of these are going to be good for you in all reality. And then from the Ravager Stone, damage done by your summons with a score of 1.5 and damage to elites with a score of 1.7, we'll say. One thing to note is that the family bonuses are not that great, so you shouldn't go out of your way to get them. You might end up having the Wildfire family bonus just because 3 of those bonuses are actually good, but you shouldn't have 3 bonuses from any other family. Usually you have to sacrifice by putting in a weaker bonus to achieve the family bonuses. There's a little bit more leeway when you're setting up PvP reforges, but I'll cover that later on in the video. So now you may be wondering, you can only pick 5 Reforge bonuses, so which ones do you pick? So as I said, you should have beneficial effect duration on each piece of gear, no matter what your build is. And then after that, you look at these next things that I'll mention to pick your other 4 bonuses. So the 3 main things to consider are, do you use primary attack for your damage output? For example, Tempest, DH, Barb, these are the best ones to use. So we've got our beneficial effect duration, crit hit damage increase, primary attack damage increase, damage to enemies suffering loss of control, skill damage increase, and attack speed increase. You can swap this one out with honestly any of the 4 that aren't beneficial effect and still have similar or even better damage output, all depending on your build. Similarly, damage to elites can be used if you get this bonus before some of the others, and it'll still help you do a good amount of damage. The second thing is basically the opposite. If you're not using primary attacks, you're using pretty much only skills. So for example, Wizard, Necro, BK, Satyr even. Of course, you have your beneficial effect duration, then you have crit hit damage, skill damage, and damage to enemies suffering loss of control. And then for your 5th bonus, you can pick between damage done to elites and damage done to demons. You'll run into more demons than any other type of monster in the game, so this Reforge bonus is very strong to add to your build, especially in Terror Rifts, Hellslayer bounties, Oblivion Pillars. So this Reforge bonus will help you shred enemies in specifically those scenarios, and some dungeons as well. And with damage to elites, I'm inclined to believe that it is in fact only elites and not bosses, but I'm not certain on that. My reasoning is because in other parts of the game, you'll see a distinction made between elites and bosses. For example, Selid's Awakening, which is a 1-star legendary gem, it mentions elites and bosses separately. As well on the Fervent Fang gem, it says the same thing. The third thing to consider is if you use summons. Because if you do use summons, then that opens up a whole new Reforge bonus to use, which is damage done by your summons. Now you should only really use this bonus if you're consistently using summons for a large portion of your damage. So this works best on Necro, of course, and potentially when Druid comes out, it'll be one of the better bonuses to use. And you can couple this with other summons bonuses from gems like Follower's Burden or Freedom of Devotion. so you can really maximize the usefulness of your summons. The best combo for this type of build is as follows. Of course, we've got our beneficial effect duration still, and we've got our crit hit damage, skill damage, damage to enemies suffering loss of control, and then this is where we add in the damage done by your summons. And then again, you can swap in damage to elites, damage to demons, if you have those instead, but strive for these 5 specifically. These are going to give you the best bonuses. So that covers everything about Reforges to make you as strong as possible in PvE scenarios, but in PvP, you can still use many of these same bonuses and have success. But because it is PvP, there are other bonuses that will have specific benefits. And since you're able to now have 2 different Reforge bonus loadouts, I recommend you make a PvP set and a PvE set. In order to unlock the 2 different loadouts, just go to the blacksmith, click here on the Reforge page, and then try to change your loadout. You have to spend a total of 240 stones to unlock it, but once you do, then you can set up your 2 different loadouts. And be careful, do not click this button to buy it, just use your Reforge stones and that'll count. So if you click this button, you'll be wasting a bunch of stones. So with all that being said, the best 2 bonuses to add are damage done to players increased and damage taken from players reduced. These are the best 2 bonuses to add since they aren't affected by the cycle of strife reduction, which is basically where most bonuses get reduced when you're in BGs or ROE or wars. And if you have this on all your pieces, then you can deal up to 12% more damage to anyone and everyone, and also take 8% less damage from anyone and everyone. This can be a great way to get an edge in PvP, as you can also get these bonuses on some of your set pieces as well, like your rings or bracelets. So with this, you can push past 15% increased damage when you really optimize things. And here are some example Reforge bonus loadouts for PvP specifically. The loadouts on the left are the most PvP focused. The middle are hybrids, say if you only have 1 loadout available or you just want to make 1 Reforge loadout and not worry about it. And then on the right are the PvE focused loadouts with bonuses that still apply in PvP. So if you do only have the 1 loadout unlocked, you can still set yourself up with good Reforge bonuses for all aspects of the game. Then as you get more stones, you should be trying to maximize these bonuses for PvP. And as you unlock the second loadout, because once you unlock the second loadout, it will mirror exactly what the first loadout is. And then from that, you can slowly change 1 bonus at a time using specific stones or using these random stones that you're getting. And your PvP loadout will kind of flow from right to left on this screen. And on that note, I'll go over how you can actually earn the most amount of Reforged stones as possible. The short answer is do your BGs. And also the Tower War if it's there, because every time you rank up, you'll receive a decent amount of stones. And then at the end of the season, you'll get an even bigger bonus based on how high you ranked. That's for both BGs and Tower War. So I recommend trying to at least get to like high silver, if not gold, each season. And you can do this slowly. Do your 3 a day for the daily bonus if you can. And then over the course of the season, you'll end up with over 100 Reforged stones. Another place you can get these for free is at the Hilts Trader with 8 guaranteed per week. But you can also get them from the limited time shop. So there's a chance you could see up to two in there a day. I always recommend buying the 8 Reforged stones here, and then anytime you see them, because they're kind of hard to come by anywhere else. But the last place that you can also get them is from the Battle Pass. And luckily, you don't even have to buy the Battle Pass to get them. It's all from free tiers. Every Battle Pass, you can get 3 random stones, and then 1 specific stone, which is going to be random as well. But it'll give you a family-specific stone. So do as much as you can to earn these stones, and then use them until you get all the bonuses you want. If you're already above maybe 3k reso, then it might be more beneficial for you to spend that plat that you were going to buy legendary gems with on Reforged stones to get these bonuses, especially depending on how messed up yours are or how suboptimal yours are. Usually you can get the exact bonus you want with only a few thousand plat, and then over time you'll have everything you need by using both random and the specific stones. And then the last thing I'll go over is when you'll be able to use these bonuses, as you need to have your gear upgraded to level 26 to reach all 5. So starting at level 6, you gain an extra Reforge bonus slot every 5 levels, up to 5 total at level 26. So I recommend everybody to rush level 26 gear and then slowly work on all 30s, because the Reforge bonuses are more important than unlocking the enchant option at level 30. Here's a table to show you how many materials are going to be required for each level upgrade. I gathered this all myself, so if anybody wants the original file, I can post it in my Discord, which is linked in the description. So thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. If you do have any more questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll get back to every single comment. As well, check out my other guides to help you min-max your character. Peace.